Великой Победы! Ура!
Hello and welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. Still, I believe, the least watched show in YouTube history. And with all the bloody stuff that's going on in Europe at the moment, between Russia and the Ukraine, the Ask Johnny channel is gonna do a hard-hitting expose on the man himself. That's right, Vladimir Putin. Who is he? What is he? And what the fucking hell is he gonna do?
Senator Biden was very focused on natural law. How did that go?
Who knows? I have no idea what he was talking about.
G'day, Johnny. Oh, it's certainly a very important show today. G'day, Johnny. Welcome back to the Ask Johnny Studios. I think I'm pretty sure what this next letter is about. Righto, Johnny. This is from Crazy Pearl, and Crazy Pearl's in India. Hello to everybody in India. Keep watching us over there, for Christ's sake. There's enough of yous. But Johnny, Crazy Pearl asks, Johnny, the world's eyes are upon Russia and the Ukraine. Just who is this Putin fellow, Johnny? Please tell the world. Signed, Crazy Pearl from India. Thanks, Crazy Pearl. Johnny, who is this bloody Putin fella? Yeah, Vladimir Putin, or Vlad as we call him round here. You know he was born on a chicken farm in Siberia, Johnny? A chicken farmer. Yeah, a chicken farm. And here's a photo of a sprightly little Vlad taking a break during chicken harvesting, sitting there with his parents. It wasn't until 1968 that they actually got the power on to their chicken farm. Oh, the electricity was slow coming to those bloody joints. Young Vladimir, he did go to school where he was severely bullied. Bullied, huh? Well, who would have guessed? And some say that did affect him in years to come, but here's Vlad in a snapshot taken by his school headmaster after a series of violent outbursts threatening to kill various students and teachers in his small country school. Oh, Jesus! And it's been said, Johnny, that Vlad's upbringing was so poor that the Russian authorities, they hope to stage an intervention on Vladimir's behalf. Yeah, I suppose. Here's a shot of Vladimir's uncle Igor waiting to greet the government authorities. Jesus, his uncle's waiting to... Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! That's some family, Johnny. But Johnny, Vladimir's father, he was very politically motivated, and he did organise the Great Rake Protest of 1962. The Rake Protest? Oh, I've never heard of that one, Johnny. Yeah, the Rake Protest. That's where the farmers from all over the districts are going to march on the Kremlin and demand better tools for their peasant farming. And here's a picture of his dad leading the march with little Vladimir seen there in the background.
Just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here.
Also, due to the research efforts done by the Ask Johnny channel, we've discovered that the young Vladimir, he may have been unduly influenced by the infamous Rasputin. Rasputin? Yeah, Rasputin. Apparently, Vlad was spending a lot of time with this dickhead, and it's been said by criminal investigators that Vladimir was showing disturbing signs of just about every mental illness you could associate with a young fella growing. Or if someone did a bloody great song about Rasputin, who was that? Brian. Brian, who did the Rasputin song? That one would associate with a young fella growing up in Siberia on a chicken farm under the auspices of said Rasputin. Village people? No, wasn't the village people. It was bloody, but Johnny Vlad he did complete school, only up to year 10, and he left to work on his father's chicken farm, but he was not without some ambition, young Vlad. Right. Yeah, right, yeah. Here he is, seen with his business partner, Honks. Oh, I've never heard of that one. Yeah, Honks. They pooled their resources to open up not a chicken farm in Siberia, Johnny, but Russia's first alligator farm. An alligator farm in Siberia, Johnny. It's fucking freezing in Siberia. I can't see that being a success. Yeah, they were going to set it up in Siberia there, and Vladdy was going to make a fortune before he was 20. But it goes without saying, Johnny, that the alligator farm was a miserable failure, and this left Vladimir embittered and probably a ball of angry neurosis. Johnny, are you trying to tell me the leader of the whole Russian Empire, he had a crack at breeding alligators in Siberia? So in 1968, Johnny, Vladimir packed his pathetic belongings into a little sack and headed off to the big smoke. That's right, Moscow. A broken wreck of a man already, he joined the army and became a very influential bloody player in the Kremlin brass band. Kremlin brass band? The flugelhorn? Yeah, he soon went on to become bandmaster, and he was known in that brass band for governing with an iron fist. Anyone who didn't practice or turn up for rehearsal or whatever, they were punished severely. As a schoolboy, Johnny, Vlad admired world leaders, and he particularly loved American presidents. Here he is, in 1962, when JFK visited bloody Germany. Here he is in the crowd, greeting the great JFK. Oh, Jesus, that's a nice picture. And here's another shot of him, Johnny, greeting the great Ronald Reagan. Oh, good old Ronnie Reagan. When Ronnie visited the USSR in way back in the day, whenever it was. And as you can well see in all these photographs, Johnny, he's got a beautiful smile. He's always looking happy and chirpy, and there's no sign at all, Johnny, of his ongoing mental problems and his instability and neurosis. Neurotic, emotionally scarred, bitter, twisted. Jesus Christ, Johnny, I don't know whether that. But Johnny, a man's needs are manifold. And Vlad, like any normal hot-blooded bloody Russian, he wanted to get married, and so he did so in 1970. But he, in fact, he went down the Siberian traditional route of marrying two women at the same time. Two wives? Johnny, are you sure that's a Siberian traditional bloody tradition? Yeah, two brides. Nothing wrong with that, Johnny. But Johnny, being just in the army and leader of the Kremlin brass band wasn't enough for young Vladimir. He had ambitions on joining the KGB. Here's a shot of Vlad driving an aircraft carrier in the USSR's huge and dangerous Black Sea Fleet. You're an aircraft carrier. I don't think you steer an aircraft carrier like that, Johnny. I think it takes years. But he didn't spend all his time at sea, Johnny. Oh, no, no, no. Sometimes he came back onto land, and with his cronies, they would sit about developing ways to poison the enemies of the state. Or they'd dream up plans of how to assassinate African countries' leaders, and all such things that the KGB, especially back then, were involved in. Poison? Oh, Johnny, I don't think the Russians go around poisoning their opposition and world leaders. And of course, Johnny, when opportunities arose to be trained in the Russian space program, Johnny, Vladimir put up his hand and entered into basic training. Unfortunately, he didn't get past the physical, Johnny. Having one testicle meant he can't bloody be an astronaut. One testicle? Can you get put off the space program with just because you got one testicle? Yeah, I thought if you had no balls at all, perhaps that might be a bit of a hindrance to you, but it doesn't matter. But of course, Johnny, Vladimir's ambitions, they were running hot, especially for a man of his mental instabilities.
Клянусь, при осуществлении полномочий президента Российской Федерации уважать
and taking over the Kremlin as the ruler of all of the now stripped Russia, it was a dream come true for the still young Vladimir. But Vladimir was no ordinary ruler, Johnny. He loved to get out and take his shirt off and parade around with his fabulous, fabulous body. Riding his trained bear Bozo all through the bloody wilderness. Yeah, oh, Bozo, what a character Bozo was. But sadly, Bozo, his beloved bear, after a long and illustrious life, had to be put down in 2012. Never to be replaced. By Jesus, he must have been bloody special. And of course, Johnny, over the years, he's met all sorts of royalty, everybody, a who's who of the world's leaders. He's even met popes, Johnny. Here he is with a frail Pope John Paul at the very instant that he realises the elderly Pope doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, he did get a bit slow there at the end. And of course, Johnny, he's met the current Pope, seen here in this beautiful picture, sniffing a pair of Gorbachev's underpants that the leader had given the Vatican as a gift of goodwill. Sniffing it. Of course, Johnny, as I mentioned earlier, Putin has long held an admiration for American presidents. Here he is giving a box of cigars to President George Bush Sr. Yeah, when the cigars were tested later, Johnny, they were found laced with cyanide. So go old George Bush there. Cyanide? It's a good thing that the president didn't have a puff. And of course, the wonderful Boris Johnson, leader of the British Empire, he has a good relationship with Vlad too. Here's a picture of Boris just before going into a meeting with Vladimir. And here he is 20 minutes later after that said meeting. And then there was Barack Obama, Johnny. Oh, Barack, what a man. That wonderful president of the USA, but they never really hit it off. Yeah, I think it's because I think Barack hated his guts. Right, well, there you go. There's There's one US president, Johnny, that Vladimir admired like a god, and I think that was our great Donald Trump. I would have made his day here on that particular piece of information, Johnny, that's for sure. In fact, this photo here shows the exact moment that Vladimir is informed that Trump has been voted in as president. But the latest US president, Johnny, I think it's got old Vlad confused. He doesn't know how to take this bloke. Yeah, Joe Biden. Oh, Joe, a man to strike fear in the heart of any Russian president. Here's a picture of Joe at a summit meeting trying to explain how he cooks chicken noodles over a low burning flame and not adding any cooking oil. Well, he's very interested in cooking. And here in this beautiful candid shot, Johnny, is President Joe Biden pleading with Vladimir to pay the Biden family what's owed by the Russians before the bloody war in Ukraine starts. Well, he's got to make sure he gets his money, Johnny, for God's sake. Apparently, he was paid in full. And of course, Johnny, as one of the biggest dick-swinging leaders in world circles, Vladimir has a beautiful mansion on the Black Sea. Jesus Christ! Have a look at the joint. Jesus, it's worth every cent. Johnny, there's nothing unusual about that. And it's said that tourists and passers-by can simply walk up to the entrance, knock on the door, and they'll be let in for some tea and coffee and a chat with the president. Well, Johnny, it's been a wonderful expose in today's show on a very, very important figure in world events at the moment. And this beautiful photo here, Johnny, this is the actual moment when Vladimir was telling the Trumpster that if he didn't like what he just heard, he can fuck off. So thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much.